Hello, you're watching an educational program Embrace the Universe, and I'm your host Dmitry Gribennikov. We're standing in Minsk airport awaiting the arrival of an amazing person, a legend of the spiritual world of India, Sri Swami Maartandpuri. We're very excited to see him, and I believe you might be feeling this excitement as well. So I invite you to join us and meet him together. During Swamiji's stay here, we received a lot of valuable information which cannot be overstated. He was here not only to host a unique workshop on mantra meditation but also to have talks about life such as giving individual consultations on personal horoscope and mantra and holding the puja at a great Vedic festival. But what was truly priceless was to just be around such a master. Fortunately, that was made possible thanks to an unexpected fortuitous meeting at the Delhi airport between Dennis Bugulov, the director of the intellectual agency Bugulov Consulting, and Sri Swami. As a result of this meeting, the master himself offered for us to see each other again, and this visit is his third in 6 months. Certainly, the arrival of such a guru was very much anticipated here in Minsk, because his knowledge and state of being, which corresponds to the title of Mahamandleshwar, the high spiritual title in the tradition of Adi Shankaracharya, the great saint of India, recognized as the immediate incarnation of the god Shiva on earth. This high rank indicates that Sri Swami presents highest tradition of priesthood. Madhavkant Mishra, the Guru's name before he was initiated into sannyas, was born in 1947 in Allahabad. His father was a great saint and tantric of his time. Swamiji, blessed to have spent his childhood on the knees of many saints, visiting his father's house. Having completed his master degree at the University of Allahabad in 1967, young Madhavkant began working on the daily newspaper. His journalistic career led him to the founding of 6 major newspapers and magazines and 6 leading television channels in India. He also founded Asta, the first spiritual television channel. Swamiji became one of those few people who, instead of abandoning the world and immersing himself in samadhi, chose the path of active service to people. His life has been closely intertwined with the global events of India. He is personally acquainted with many outstanding political and spiritual figures of his time. In 2012, Madhavkant Mishra received initiation into sannyasa, which is a renunciation of this world, his family and his personal name. However, today Sri Swami is fully engaged in an active social life. He is an honorary professor at one of the largest universities in India, Shobit University. He is also the curator of the Ayurvedic College and the Institute of Yoga and Naturopathy. Perhaps this is the only saint in our history who chose the university as his ashram. My loved ones are my students, who are as young as those who look ahead, and as old as those who live by memories. One Swami says, he is rightfully one of the young ones, not only because of his young soul, but also because of his age. He is only 6 years old. This is how the age of the saint is calculated in the Vedic tradition after the adoption of sannyasa. Sri Swami Maartandpuri also has another mission in this world. This mission is spreading the Rudraksha plant, which is living embodiment of Shiva on this earth. Since 2004, more than 2 million Rudrakshas have been planted. They say that those who plant it receive the blessing of Shiva himself, making their life prosperous and spiritual. This mission of Rudrakrit Foundation, which was founded in 2010, is to distribute the plant all over the world. Since that time, more than 20 serious studies of the Rudraksha plant have been conducted and published in scientific journals. The plant has unique characteristics. It has healing properties and cures from many serious diseases, including cancer. It also releases most of the oxygen among the plants. But the most interesting fact about it is that the scientists have established that at a certain grain size of the Rudraksha seed, there is a symbol on each speck of dust. This is the symbol of holiness and power of the universe. But this time Swamiji has brought the grain of truth not in a form of plant, but in a form of a workshop on mantra meditation. We are all unique, and there is no one alike. The holy rishis gave us knowledge on how mantras work. These mantras balance the energies in our body and are not a part of any religion. If you treat the universe as a teacher, And also rely on the fact that mantras come to us from outer space, you can practice them. Our bodies are musical instruments, and if you become attuned to the ideal rhythm of the universe, you can get everything you dream about. The best music is the spring of the heart of another person. The basic concept of mantra is acceptance of the power of mind and using the understanding in the outside world. I belong to the universal flow, and the basis of my knowledge comes from the following message: be a real person. And I might be a Hindu guru, but for me, the God is both mankind and man himself. God is the manifestation of man. All I want to tell you is to love yourself and love this universe. After all, this love is its foundation. A few days later, when the emotions went down, we decided to ask the people who attended the workshop for their feedback. For me, it becomes an important discovery that mantras are non-religious knowledge. They don't even need to be believed in. They work because they are what they are. Swamiji gave us knowledge of mantras and the sound. He shared it in a simple and intelligible way. He explained the benefits of repeating mantras all the time, and I began practicing them because it's interesting for me and also I wanted to improve my inner condition. And with the help of the mantra, I believe that it is possible. Mantra allows you to tune into the original rhythm of the universe. After all, initially we are all perfect, and then in the process of life we, as they say, lose our tune. And the pronunciation of mantras adjusts us to our original tuning. In turn, this allows us to become healthier, happier and more prosperous and to fulfill our desires. We received very capacious, practical and justified knowledge based on the statement of physical laws. I was surprised that simple combinations of letters could have such a vigorous power, and they are versatile in every corner of the universe. Mantras can transform the person and the space around him. Swamiji aspires for the search of the true things and the meaning of life. And after this event, I want to share this knowledge with other people and practice the mantras myself, so I could have those inner states of tranquility, gratitude and love arising from repeating the mantras as often as possible in my life. The amazing fact was that such a holy man came to visit us here in Minsk. We did not need to go to India roaming through the mountains to find him. We could ask him any question and get a clear answer. And this perhaps was the most important thing for me. And it was amazing to learn that with the help of such simple words, it is possible to harmonize our inner world. Meeting with Sri Swami was a real gift of fate. We are very grateful to Swamiji for the opportunity to interview him because ever his word is extremely valuable. Swamiji, it's your third visit to Belarus. Have you changed your impression of this country and its people? Since the first visit, I have had a feeling that this place has a positive energy and people are very genuine and noble and also quite emotional. I am impressed by the purity of their hearts. I understand that it might be difficult to describe in words, but how is it to be a person who has achieved liberation? In fact, liberation is not difficult at all. Let's say I have this pen, and at the moment when I say or think that this pen is mine, I am attached. But if I believe that this pen was given to me in order to use it, this is the true liberation. Liberation itself does not mean anything. It simply means that you are not attached to anything anymore, and everything that we receive in our lives is given to us by God so that we could use it for other people. How did you understand that you need to take this path? How did you come to a teacher? From my early childhood, there are many holy people in my life, including my father. He was also a saint. It was simply built into my system of knowledge about the world. Swamiji, if everything is so simple, then why do people suffer? Because they are not ready to understand the reality of this life, to understand that life does not belong to them. After all, life was given by God so that people could use it. Therefore, they suffer. In your spiritual tradition, the seekers usually follow the path of Tantra. What is Tantra? The definition of Tantra is very simple. It is the spreading of the body's force outward. We as people are born with a huge internal potential, which we are not able to use, and Tantra helps us to use this potential in full force. In many esoteric teachings, there is a knowledge that some religions will unite and there will be one religion. Do you think that it is possible, or does every nation have its own God? In fact, there is only one religion, which is humanity. All religions arose from the imagination of people and the society, from our internal differences, and the time has come and it will prove that the universal religion is humanity. What would you recommend to those people who just embarked on the path for themselves? What does one need to do to unlock his potential? I suggest that they should read good quality sources of spiritual teachings and try to find good teachers for themselves. And if you want to know yourself, you will try to do it, then you may succeed. Why did you choose missionary activity and not solitude? It is not possible to be a part of the world and at the same time not to be a part of it. I think in order to awaken our society, we need to awaken it in the direction of real life, to create true spirituality. This is what is truly necessary at the moment. You are an honorary professor at Shabbat University and a recognized master of spirituality, Ayurveda, naturopathy and yoga. Do you think that this kind of knowledge can be used in our country? This is in fact the requirements of today because very much has changed from the past. Negative things surrounding us gradually decrease. And in order to accelerate this process, both yoga and naturopathy and spirituality and Ayurveda are really needed. Modern science has done a lot in the field of health. It has cured a lot of diseases. However, those diseases that are associated with lifestyle, namely kidney, liver and heart diseases, are still incurable. Swamiji, would you like to wish anything to our viewers? I saw the audience I spoke with today and I really liked it. And I believe that if we tell even more about the mantra, its influence and meaning, it will be very, very useful for everyone. Swami has an amazing ability to walk. He can't walk for 18 hours a day. A few months before his arrival, he made horoscopes for more than 40 people. And now he is conducting consultations here in Minsk. Swami Maartandpuri is one of the best astrologers in India. Since ancient time, Vedic astrology or Jyotish has been considered to be one of the main tools in predicting important events for an individual and for the entire country. It's recently become so popular that some Indian universities have begun offering an academic degree in this discipline. And here is another of the master's precious gifts. After a mindful conversation based on the date of the natal chart and information of the skin geometry of the palms, he compiled an individual bija mantra for each of us. Diligent repetition of this mantra should bring us in harmony with the universe. We experienced many wonderful things during these days, but it's time to say goodbye. We are again at Minsk airport, where we wish farewell to this wonderful man, the enlightened master of Tantra, Sri Swami Maartandpuri. As Rabindranath Tagore once wrote, "I cannot hold you till the riverbank to the river, leave at least traces on my heart." And indeed, Swamiji left a feeling of joy and understanding that the main religion of the world is love and humanity in our hearts.